Green Park, Book Any Man, number 1 through number 10. Number 1. The beginning is unclear. He was away without leave. But the ending is fully documented, and obviously, away without leave. Unhappy in the tenure of any man, he was miserable. Mr. Jones, you sound pitiful. I don't reckon them up often, pal, because when I do, I have to put them back, and nobody has time for that. Presently, Henry taps a cigarette and stares beyond the camera. Dr. Bones, why were the advanced men of your generation so unhappy? In need of a drink, he flicked his bick and called for the round. You see, when ordeal and crisis occur, when current events tend toward fireworks, most people just forget. But Henry is cursed and required to record it. Henry wonders and takes time to examine. Never mind, he's not even visible. And as expected, the mood is dark and sad and self-loathing, full of bats and apprentices and associates like William Blake here, powerless to avoid the visions. As for regrets, I should have made time, but I didn't have time, and I should have told you. I'm sure it's the right way to friend you, and we compete with boredom and alcoholism and old age too. Mr. Jones, I'm trying to be helpful, but we've got to finish this tenure eventually, if there's still time, perhaps. Speaking of technique, Henry has another one down, dozens to drink, and scores of objects to order, as he searches between the lines, because something's just not right. Today we celebrate him because he was the first to do it right, and according to current trends, a media cat, hot as a fire pit, said he exaggerates his manifesto. It reeks of some school of thought, rummaged from an ash can in the early 20th century, rolling down the gun-gray macadam across the Mojave West. Henry don't care much for the academy, and for the sake of time, he has no connection to a place of study. At the urging of fellows, he conformed and assumed something was there, but it did not go well. They will attempt to foresee a tempo and fail. I wouldn't speculate on any man's affairs or believe an act will lead to an inevitable ending. I don't think so, Mr. Jones. I don't think so either. The boxes stack like wall tombs. They hold a human capacity, and they're brittle now. He was an eccentric fellow. His enemies called him grandiose. They kept on saying that, as a matter of fact, as you know. Now the background noise is unpleasant, and Henry has to think, as I believe he has several to drink, before we forge ahead to the Pillars of Hercules, through the Strait of Gibraltar, forward to Atlas, where the boys are loud and open-mouthed, and the gals are maidens for a Gershwin sound. It isn't likely that after all these years, proverbs predict the end of music. Mr. Jones, will they die? Possibly. Does a being enter this world only to die? I see. No one here gets out alive. So Henry exclaimed, Life is death's only prerequisite. Unfortunately, he was unable to supply the proper paperwork. Terrified of humankind, unable to define the mortal, but trying very hard to understand its claim of sentience, Henry endlessly pleaded with the reader. I am terminal. I sit in the same theater. I am suffering tremendous compassion for something intangible and seeking answers from a distant record, like Jack Kerouac here, who on 3 weeks no sleep and amphetamines composed Juan. A cathode ray tube fires up, and you have a round at the old table in the distant chamber, as though you could have avoided such tragedy. Clenched his white knuckle hands, opposable thumbs, and his cleft feet drum the pedal tone, a tomb, and smooth by every stroke. The advanced men look brilliant and capture the essence in alabaster jars, and time becomes apparent. The acetylene torch is now binding the beams. Many stars guide them, and you again, as though you could have avoided such tragedy, go pointed across the bridge of the modernist. Number 10. Announcing tribute to a bad habit, Henry stared at the moondial, and the moondial stared straight back, as cold as stone, as coarse as grit, and as heavy as an earthenware jug. Beyond the mind is moderation. Another look is overcoming, and he turns the page of a sharp book written by this handsome man of craft. He undeniably needed rest, but space-time is constant. Mass requires mass. Antimatter matters, and I didn't dare rest.